It's a Saturday, the 22nd of July, 2023. Welcome to the main news on Camnet TV. To present it, my name is Marco Kwakozi. First, let's take a look at the stories making the headlines. Parliamentarians challenged to support a motion to reintroduce the Ministry of Religious Affairs. An opposition leader expresses concern over the increasing price of mealie meal. Beneficiaries of a suspected fraudulent empowerment scheme in Lusaka demand refunds. In international news, 4 Indian medicines responsible for 70 child deaths in Gambia. And in sports news, Japan beats Copper Queens by 5-0. For details of these and other stories, join us shortly after this break.
Join Pastor Moses Chiruba on National Matters this coming Monday, 24th July 2023, as they discuss honoring our national heroes.
The Constitution of South Africa. And yet when Mr. Paul LUSAKA died, Zambia did not even celebrate that hero. He went to the grave, plain coffin provided for by the government of South Africa. And Zambia is one country where we do not sing songs for our heroes.
With his guest, Mr. Fabian Mumba.
Where we see certain things going wrong, I think let's speak behind the scenes. Now I'm like a move with the but I think my conscience will be clear that what I've told you.
Time 20:45 hours.
Invite others to participate through phoning on Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp, and text messages. Make a date with us. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Thank you very much for staying with us, and now the news in detail. John Howard, Ward 3 Councillor Ponsirio Piri, says the street vendors should utilize markets in compounds as other alternatives designated trading places following their removal from the Central Business District. In an interview with Camnet News, Piri says markets such as John Howard Market were constructed at a huge cost, and it is unfortunate that traders prefer trading outside the market. Meanwhile, the area councillor has noted the need to rehabilitate the toilets at the market before the traders can fully occupy the space. And Clean Cities Initiative Chief Executive Officer Watsumwira has urged the United Party for National Development UPND administration not to rescind its decision on street vending. Here's a report.
For quite some time, thousands of stands in various markets across the city had been abandoned by traders for various reasons, with the majority opting to trade from the street. With the recent move by the local authorities to remove all vendors from the street, John Howard, Ward 3 Councillor, calls on traders to utilize markets in compounds as other alternatives designated trading places following their removal from the Central Business District (CBD). Commissioned in April 2021, John Howard Market, located in Chawama constituency, is one of the markets that has also been forsaken for all these years, leaving the place to rot. The ward councillors, however, noted the need to do some renovation at John Howard Market before the local authority may compel the traders to use the facility because some structures are in a deplorable state.
You know, as a local authority, again, we have a problem of paying salaries. So we expect money to come from there. So I think this is something that we need to work together with the community. And I would also want to I think, commend the government, which I'm part of, and the Minister of Local Government for, I think, the removing of street vendors from the CB, because it also helps us, because they need to come and trade from here. This is their community.
He, however, admits that there have been various attempts in the past to compel the traders to use the facility, but to no avail.
You are right, it's almost like a white elephant, but we are doing everything possible I think this time around, I think we also have one challenge. Actually, the toilets are not okay. They're deplorable. They have been vandalized and all that. And I think it would be it would be a laughable matter if we start urging the marketeers to move in the market when the toilets are not operating. So we are working hand in hand. I think I've given directive to our housing department to ensure that those toilets are operational. And once that is done, I think we have also engaged the marketeers, discussing with them how best I think we can work together and see to it that they start trading from inside.
Meanwhile, Clean Cities Initiative Chief Executive Officer Watts Mwila has urged the United Party for National Development administration to put a strong policy.
You know, during elections, you know, law and order breaks down because people, they feel they own it all. Or if I'm chased out of the street, then I'll not vote for them. It's not true. Okay. Illegality will always be illegalities, and it doesn't matter whether political affiliation or race, religion, or whatever it is. I think if we set the standards now, we should be speaking the same language even in 2025 when they start the campaigns. And we say, no, you know, what we agreed is that we are going to maintain the cities, and the street vendors will be kept in their places, and then they'll be sustained from there. But over and above, these are human beings. Okay, so have we achieved what we said that we're going to? Because if we have the facilities built now, between now and then, we don't expect that people would kind of break the law and then come to the street and start doing what they're doing now.
Street vending has for a long time posed a significant impact on Zambia's economic activity, as well as negatively affected the health and social security of many Zambians, especially in the capital city, Lusaka. Miriam Kaimba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Residents of Lusaka's Chawama compound in John Howard have joined others asking to be refunded following a suspected fraudulent empowerment scheme being implemented by an organization calling itself Save Africa. Police confirmed receiving a report on July 18th, 2023 at around 08 hours at Kafue police station of obtaining money by false pretenses from Isaac Mafuta, aged 24, of Kasengele in Kafue, who reported on behalf of other 600 members that an organization called Save Africa based in Lusaka was involved in suspected fraudulent activities. And one of the residents of Chawama who preferred to remain unknown is hoping to recover her money. Here's a report.
Literacy remains a barrier to enhanced financial inclusion in Zambia. The FinScope survey for the year 2020 highlights that financial literacy is at 23.6%, with the urban population standing at 31%, while rural households stand at only 16.2%. And as such, most people have little or no understanding on financial matters, hence unscrupulous individuals tend to take advantage of the unsuspecting members of the general public looking forward to benefit from empowerment schemes. Given the fact that not everyone can benefit from the government-led empowerment programs under the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, and the Citizens Empowerment Commission, people go for whatever comes their way, and unfortunately, in many instances, it has ended in tears. Various vulnerable community members in Lusaka's Chawama and Kamwala South areas are in limbo over the certainty of the purported empowerment program, as police confirmed the arrest of 3 directors who are still in police custody at Central Police for the similar offenses that they committed in Kafue and Lusaka districts. The organization runs with a motto, invest today with Save Africa Zambia and start getting 20% revenue every week for 5 months. With such a lucrative offer, many people were trapped into investing their money, as this victim who invested 1,000 kwacha now explains.
Yankala 1,000 pamozi naija 500 unaponya kudala na manager profit unapanga waiponya yankala 1,000. So bakupasa 2 weeks month. Bakuponyerako 1 week. So utenga 1,000 janisho zatenga 200 per week. So zambekeza yankala 1 week wenda watenga ijaika kwana 1000 waenda kuja ndokupasa 1000. So futi chenzoenda chabe bwino chilimba icho paka wakupasa 1000 futi waichita invest ameneja 1000 waiponya kuti ndirama ipaki. So paiva naamba benzoenda chabe bwino paka painafika June kainari June bwanji vambofunda hata tambolembesako ati nifuna makadi mukali na makadi monse.
Just like many others, she hopes to recover her money.
Kuna ndrama uja mutungati wanamugwira zona ati bwezereko ndalama ndakwekwenzo chokera ndrama zija nikusaukira ugulisa tulepu upimisa tumalasha usungirira peina mbeka chichira mpeti naenda tati awe tichiteko times 2 vintu vionekeko bwino tikwanirise family kuti zidya bwino ndavenze kuchitika zona.
Zambia police spokesperson Ray Amonga told Camnet News that an inquiry file has been opened and investigations are ongoing. Well, this is an eye-opener to members of the general public, as they say, if it is too good to be true, then it is not true at all.
In Kafue, who reported on behalf of other 600 members that an organization called Save Africa of Sanyuka, based in Lusaka, headed by 4 directors, namely Esther Puri, William Kandawire, Merit Mwemba, and female Elizabeth Wana, all of Lusaka, and 2 coordinators of Kafue, namely Gertrude Ngongola and Vines Kaluluma, that they obtained and disclosed amount of money from about 600 members on the pretext that they were empowering the communities by investing the money and get a profit of 100 kwacha per week. This occurred between October 2022 and July 2023. Brief facts of the matter are that the said company in October 2022, through the mentioned directors and coordinators convinced members of the community to invest money in the said company and get a profit of 100 kwacha per week. This went on well until June 2023, when they never collected their money.
Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
All People's Congress Party President Nason Musoni has expressed concern over the escalating cost of mini meal in the country. A 25 kg bag of mini meal in Lusaka is trading at around 250 and 300 kwacha, and government attributed the problem to greed millers who want to maximize profits. But Mr. Musoni says the role of government should not be about issuing of unsolicited warnings on the possible looming of a food crisis in the country, but must be about intervening on the food crisis by helping to find a lasting solution to the problem. Mr. Musoni says the deepening food crisis of the staple food should be a source of concern for all political leaders in the country.
Deeply concerned by the rising cost of mini meal. The cost of mini meal is too high for the majority of our citizens. And we expect to see the role of government by way of intervention. Okay, government is not just there to service the needs and interests of a few elements in government. It's about service provision to our people. The majority, at today's prices, the overwhelming majority of our people are going without food. And these are the areas that we expect government to show concerns that we have a huge population of our people unable to afford the staple food. So it's not just about propagating ideas or policies that don't benefit our people. We promised our people that we are going to provide cheaper mini meal. We promised our people that we are going to give our people cheaper mini meal. The question is, where is the cheaper mini meal? The cost of mini meal is beyond the reach of the majority of our citizens. Okay? It's shameful that we have failed to provide and act in the interest of the overwhelming majority who are starving.
A 43-year-old man of Lusaka's Chawama compound, whose rare form of cancer led to him having his leg amputated, has called on well-wishers to assist him with a wheelchair in order to ease his movements. In an interview, Obet Ngosa says he was diagnosed with cancer on his right knee in 2013. He says the situation has left him with more challenges as he cannot afford to fend for himself. Here's a report.
For a couple of years, 43-year-old Obet Ngosa has been requested to confront a harrowing and almost unthinkable series of challenges. What started as a minor injury eventually became a septic, requiring medical attention and resulting in Obet Ngosa's right leg being amputated. This resident of Lusaka's Chawama compound explains that he was diagnosed with cancer in 2013.
So inamba nchitula sao so kwenya che kwenya 2013. So after 2013, 2015 sinanjuita matenda hospital food. What I some 2014, in 2017 ipo anajiwa kwendo. Ukona kambati ili hapa ni problem ya cancer.
Now broken and unable to return to work, this father of 3 who divorced his wife 4 months before he was diagnosed with cancer is now appealing to well-wishers to assist him with a wheelchair to ease his movement.
After 4 months na kwendo yamba na kunyereza. Otherwise okay hivi anivuta hapo hivi. Anafutika hapo. Mvambili maningi venila kingamkati. Mvambili maningi to vala nsoche pogona kwanza ni libe. Mankwala. Na mankwala. Na mankwala. Na mankwala futi ni libe futi. Yeah.
His neighbors are also appealing to well-wishers to come on board and assist him.
Sevaneba so chenga twakamira vanzanga vakalo timacheza nao penangu the whole day so chabi kai penangu wamapezeka ma challenges yevi vali nayo ngati mwe bakambira mwani so chabi uchenga batandizireko maningi chabe maendedwe kawa pezeka lo badwala hapa kabasakire mundu wo bapapa nao ku kliniki mepe balile hapa li bakulu basakire mundu wo bapapa so atiso bambera vova bangani ntawenda ku hospital uchameje batandizirako paka nao pa kliniki so uchenga batandizireko che maningi chabi vanga bwere kubatandizako kumbali ya wheelchair muzo ti mundu ngatoze na kwendo pa first then obapezeka mu situation yaso chimavutako so wheelchair nseti maona challenge wena upeza ti olopochoka mu nyumba bafuna baendolo ba jitebwanji upeza wavutikirira. I'm a neighbor, I'm also a friend, I'm always with him timankala now to let vijabazakala kona comfort of him, not thinking vuganza maningi. So we are always there to comfort him.
Despite all these challenges, Obet Ngosa is hopeful for a better future and knows this is not how his story ends. Miriam Kaimba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Petauke Central Member of Parliament, J. Banda, is optimistic that the lawmakers will support the motion to reintroduce the Ministry of Religious Affairs and National Guidance. Speaking with Camnet News, Mr. Banda notes that there are no Satanists in the House, hence does not expect people to oppose the motion. Mr. Banda notes that the Ministry of Religious Affairs is instrumental in making sure that the country upholds its national values and principles. Here's a report.
Upon taking over office, the United Party for National Development, UPND, scrapped off the Ministry of National Guidance and Religious Affairs. Among the reasons being advanced was that the ministry was not living up to its expectations of promoting Christian values and religious issues in the country. However, there has been concerns from stakeholders that Zambia being a Christian nation, it is illogical not to have a ministry responsible for national guidance and religious affairs. Petauke Central Independent Member of Parliament, J. Banda, who will be spearheading a motion in Parliament to reintroduce the Ministry of National Guidance and Religious Affairs, and is calling for support from his fellow members of parliament.
If that motion comes on the floor, it will be able now, because there's no one who is not a Satanist who can shoot something Christianity. There's no homosexual who can push something or who can read Bible. You know, Bible is always read by the Christian and those who believe in the Christianity values. So it's also a test on when is the next week to see who those people are going to shoot that motion, which means they're the ones now who are doing what? They're the ones now who are pushing the homosexual agendas in our country. They're the ones who are pushing the job of the Satan in our country.
The church is urging members of parliament to support the motion once it is tabled in parliament.
National Day of Prayer Director of Programs, Leveland Maona Zulu, tells Camnet News that the Ministry of National Guidance and Religious Affairs is needed and that the United Party for National Development Administration can make it work effectively, unlike in the past.
Members of parliament from both our political parties and independent, please bring in this ministry, vote for this ministry, not on political line, but seeing that to be very helpful to the nation of Zambia, as we are a Christian nation. We cannot be a Christian nation, then we don't have a religious affairs ministry. Even if there are a lot of there were a lot happenings, then also a lot of sayings pertaining to politicizing the ministry itself when it was there. I believe and trust that if the current government is able to see to it that the previous ministry did not perform well, then they are able to better it, to do more than what the previous government did.
Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
Kembe constituency member of parliament, Princess Kasune, has expressed happiness on the massive development of her constituency in the shortest period of time. Speaking when she graced the handover of a mother's shelter at Chibombo Rural Health constructed at a cost of 690,000 kwacha, Honorable Kasune is happy that CDF has been equally shared among all the wards in her constituency. She added that, like other constituencies in the country, Kembe constituency has developed massively because of the decentralization policy approach that empowers and brings much needed resources closer to the people.
It was a joyous occasion for the people of Kembe constituency following the commissioning of a mother's shelter at Chibombo Rural Health Center constructed at a total cost of 690,000 kwacha. Kembe constituency member of parliament, Princess Kasune, who is also the government deputy chief whip, is happy that the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, has been equally shared among all the wards in a constituency. The lawmaker hailed President Hakainde Hichilema for implementing policies that are of mutual benefit to the local communities.
Hand over the first ever maternity mother shelter to complement the maternity clinic that I built in 2016 before I even ran for office. This is what the UPND government is doing. And I personally, I see no other party that I can ever represent in my life which has the similar manifesto as the UPND government. And indeed, my hope to those who have eyes to see, let them see. To those who have ears to hear, let them hear. And to those who can see, let them be able to see and multiply.
And Chibombo District Medical Officer Hendrix Yona commended the government for responding to the needs of expectant mothers by giving them a mother's shelter.
Come to wait from there we want them to be near maternity wing so that once they go in labor, they straight away go into the maternity ward and they deliver. While they are in the mother's shelter, we monitor them. Among them, we check their blood pressure nearly on every day so that we make sure that everything is okay and we can pick the danger signs on time.
Meanwhile, United Party for National Development, UPND Deputy Secretary General Gertrude Imenda said the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, has transformed the country into a construction site.
60 million CDF to now 28.3 million. What can't you do with that one? You will do everything with that one. This country is going to be, right now, it's already a big construction site. This country is now like a quarry, big construction site. By the time we reach 2026, there will be no opposition to talk about. What will they talk about?
And Chief Literator of the Lenje-speaking people expressed gratitude for the gesture.
Abamwe bamami nabo abamandu nabo bonse abache bala bonse bali wano bambaye bale
Patrick Soko, Camnet News.
Vice President Mutalena Lumango says economic development is not just for politicians but also for the church and mothers too. Ms. Nalumango says in order to reduce poverty levels in the countries, the church and mothers must raise and break the circle of poverty by empowering women massively and ensuring that girls are kept in school, support them with necessary needs, and ensure quality of equity is promoted. And Worldwide Mothers Union President in the Anglican Church, Sharon Harper, has observed that the abuses that women and girls face have terrible damage on their lives and called on the Church and Mothers Union to speak out against the vice.
Mothers under the Anglican Church of the province of the Central Africa Mothers Union Conference have gathered at the Cathedral of the Holy Cross in Lusaka for a Mothers Union Conference. Vice President Mutalena Lumango, who was represented by Lusaka Province Minister Shiumuliata, officially opened the special conference that has drawn participants from Botswana, Zimbabwe, Malawi, and the host Zambia.
Economic development is not just for politicians like me, but it is also for the church and the mothers too. If we are able to reduce poverty levels in our countries, we need to arise and break the cycle of poverty by empowering women massively and ensuring that we keep our girls in school. We support them with necessary needs and ensure we promote equity.
Sharon Harper is the Mother Union Worldwide President of the Anglican Church based in Guyana, South America.
There are so many more cases of women suffering that we are not aware of. Cases that still remain hidden in dark corners because someone chose to remain silent. But Mothers Union cannot be silent anymore.
Other church leaders also spoke during the official opening of the conference.
It's not a holiday that we are here, or a picnic. It is a place where we are supposed to be transformed.
Thank you very much for having organized this and brought everybody together on board, and things are happening. Keep going. God who has called you shall strengthen you to the last.
Jonathan reporting for Science News in Lusaka.
We take our first commercial break. We have more news. Don't go away.
You know I can take her a bit.
Yes, my dear.
I was thinking of getting you a Bugatti for your birthday. Really? I'm quiet. My name is Yana.
Don't worry, man. That's why there is insurance.
Insurance?
You heard me.
Not just any kind of insurance, but Savenda General Insurance, a company that offers superior customer service, highly professional and dedicated staff. We are not just any insurance company, but an insurance company that actually pays our claims. We cover, among others, fire, marine, aviation, engineering, agriculture, motor vehicle, and miscellaneous insurance. So, live life to the full, knowing that Savenda General Insurance has got you covered. Savenda General Insurance. Insurance excellence.
Deborah, have you connected to the Wi-Fi on the bus? It's fast, it's amazing. I've just downloaded my books and I'm about to complete the series. It's nice, too, me.
No, I'm actually watching a reality show. He's about to propose. Oh, so sweet.
Make your trip seem short yet comfortable and safe when you use the UBZ luxurious fully air-conditioned coaches that come fitted with amazing onboard entertainment, passenger information services, coffee-making facilities and fridge for your hot and cold beverages, free and interrupted Wi-Fi for your gadgets, phone charging facilities, comfortable seats that recline to offer extra resting posture, safety seat belts, adjustable reading lights for each traveling client, and of course, clean flushing toilets for your convenience. So travel in luxury and safety with UBZ luxurious coaches. UBZ will always take you there.
Water is life. Each drop counts and each must be cherished. Our tried and tested product meets all international standards. With our smart drip technology, we aim to deliver precision irrigation designed to reduce blockage and wastage, ensuring a high yield. RenGlow, your smart irrigation partner.
Join Pastor Moses Chiruba on National Matters this coming Monday, 24th July 2023, as they discuss honoring our national heroes.
The Constitution of South Africa. And yet when Mr. Paul LUSAKA died, Zambia did not even celebrate that hero. He went to the grave, plain coffin provided for by the government of South Africa. And Zambia is one country where we do not sing songs for our heroes.
With his guest, Mr. Fabian Mumba.
Well, we see certain things going wrong. I think let's speak behind the scenes. Now I'm here like I'm feeling well, but I think my conscience will be clear, like what I've told you.
Time, 20:45 hours.
Invite others to participate through phoning on Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp, and text messages. Make a date with us. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Welcome back. We continue with the news. Sorezi's Kimiteto Urban Clinic continues to operate without an ablution block, forcing patients and nurses to use the bush to answer the call of nature. In an interview, acting in charge Kedo Sirido explains that the health facility serves as a force for infection and patients seeking treatment fell ill and may die for lack of the most basic requirement for good hygiene. He says improved hygiene in healthcare facilities is an urgent need and a strategic investment for health objectives, hence the need to quickly construct toilets. He disclosed that the lack of access to toilets at Kimiteto Urban Clinic is a situation that has greatly affected the residents.
We don't have toilets. And you know, toilets, those are basic needs of every human being. And looking at the population of this facility, which is over 40,000 plus, the head count. So imagine we have maybe 20 clients or patients that have severe diarrhea. So it's actually a challenge for them waiting on the, on the queue with such a challenge. They have to again to go access toilet somewhere. There are neighbors in other houses. So the toilets actually, it's an emergency. It's not good a facility running without a toilet. Yeah. And for the security part, the facility itself is not secured. Yeah, we don't have a security guard to man this facility and protect the health staffs as they are on duty, especially at night. And the facility itself is too open. People pass through the facility at night and everything. So we are not safe, in short.
Government has reaffirmed its commitment of seeing increased usage of digital platforms in order to assist Zambia become more technology-based society. Speaking during the launch of My LUSAKA app Saturday evening, Minister of Science and Technology Felix Mutati says living in a digital world calls for creativity and innovations to solve today's problems in a proactive and smart way. He says the application will play a role in enhancing Zambia's transformation agenda through technology. He notes that this is an affirmation that shows young people are raising to develop technology-based platforms that can impact society positively. He said this in a speech read on his behalf.
Our government's desire is to see increased usage of digital platforms in order to assist Zambia become a more technology-based society. Further, it is our expectation that we will have limitless possibilities for growing various sectors in order to facilitate increased productivity as other regions of the world have done. I am informed that My LUSAKA Marketplace, which is a mobile application and website, is designed to make e-commerce more efficient for the Zambian public with a view to contribute to economic development.
For you to believe that from your mobile phone you can be able to send a message and it will reach your loved one or your friend, you can be able to share talk time. So when you share talk time and it was able to reach, you believed in that I'm able to share talk time now. So when it came to mobile money, you believed that more money will move from my mobile phone to the other mobile phone. So technology has evolved over time. And we are talking from feature phones to what we have.
Media Network on Child Rights and Development Executive Director Henry Kawe has called for more sensitization on parents to ensure that they safeguard their children from substance abuse. Speaking to Camnet News, Mr. Kawe says protecting children from widespread prevalence of substance abuse is one of the biggest issues that the country needs to deal with. He observes that despite Zambia having strong policies on child protection, parents also have a role to play by inculcating the rights morals in their children.
So these challenges we're seeing of high rates of child marriages, high rates of gender-based violence, sexual abuse, child sexual abuse, as a result of these children, imbibing such kind of products. Because once a person takes alcohol, their sense of judgment is, somehow curtailed, And as a child, they are affected more, and they may find themselves, engaging in vices that may be detrimental to their development. Yeah, so it's very, very important that we regulate the advertising. There must be a very visible message saying not for sale to people under the age of 18. I don't know whether that's visible. I've looked at them, I haven't really seen it. So we need to ensure that that message is visible. And also, these people who sell alcohol must come up with programs on radio, television, newspapers, and social media to look at the effects of alcohol on children who are below the age of 18. Even the so-called junkies, it's because they are imbibing in so much alcohol and taking drugs. That's why they are caught like that. A junkie is someone who is useless, like you have been taken over or overwhelmed by substances which have affected your mind. So it's very, very important that we preserve our future, we preserve our society by protecting children.
We take another commercial break. Still ahead, we have international and sports news. Don't go away.
Water is life. Each drop counts and each must be cherished. Our tried and tested product meets all international standards. With our smart drip technology, we aim to deliver precision irrigation designed to reduce blockage and wastage, ensuring a high yield. RenGlow, your smart irrigation partner.
Join Pastor Moses Chiruba on National Matters this coming Monday, 24th July 2023, as they discuss honoring our national heroes.
The Constitution of South Africa. And yet when Mr. Paul Lusaka died, Zambia did not even celebrate that hero. He went to the grave, plain coffin provided for by the government of South Africa. And Zambia is one country where we do not sing songs for our heroes.
With his guest, Mr. Fabian Mumba.
Where we see certain things going wrong, I think let's speak behind the scenes. Now, but I think my conscience will be clear, but I've told you.
Time, 20:45 hours.
Invite others to participate through phoning on Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp, and text messages. Make a date with us. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Hello Zambia. Greetings to all soccer-loving Zambians. I'm Dr. Stenkusi from the Czech Republic, and I will bring with me soccer agent Mr. Jakub Skibik and the coach Mr. Pavel Ondračka, both from the Czech Republic as well. Football League in the Czech Republic is a qualitative and competitive league in the world. Knowing that, there are a lot of highly talented footballers in Zambia. All of us will be visiting Zambia from the 2nd to 6th of August 2023 in partnership with Camnet Football Academy. Agent and coach will come to Lusaka, Zambia to look at promising young Zambian players. Chances are that hard-working players may get engagement in the Czech Republic and including other European leagues. We look forward to seeing you at the tournament, which will be organized by Pastor Moses Chiruba of Camnet Television. See you soon!
Welcome back. And now in international news, 4 types of medicines made in India caused the death of at least 70 children in Gambia last year, according to a presidential commission of inquiry. According to the World Health Organization, the syrups contained unacceptable quantities of diethylene glycol and ethylene glycol, commonly used as antifreeze. The chemicals can be fatal and lead to acute kidney failure in dozens of children. In October of 2022, Gambia recorded the number of medicines following the death of the children, including all cough and cold syrups in circulation, as well as all products manufactured by the Indian firm Maiden Pharmaceuticals, where the contaminated syrups came from. The inquiry concluded that the medicines had not been registered with the Medicines Control Agency prior to being imported as required by the regulation. Here is a roundup of international news.
Four types of medicine made in India caused the deaths of at least 70 children in Gambia last year, according to a presidential commission of inquiry. According to the World Health Organization, the syrups contained unacceptable quantities of diethylene glycol and ethylene glycol, commonly used as antifreeze. The chemicals can be fatal and caused acute kidney failure in dozens of children. In October 2022, Gambia recalled a number of medicines following the deaths of the children, including all cough and cold syrups in circulation, as well as all products manufactured by the Indian firm Maiden Pharmaceuticals, where the contaminated syrups came from. The Commission concluded the syrups had not been registered with the Medicines Control Agency before being imported as required. Following the health scandal, India shut down the Maiden Pharmaceuticals factory in northern India in October 2022. A trial on the case is due to open in Gambia in October. A month after the provisional results of a referendum on a new draft constitution, Mali's Constitutional Council has confirmed a massive victory for those who voted yes. Almost 97% of the votes counted backed the plans which would set out a timetable of reforms and consultations leading up to the presidential election. It appears that the draft constitution submitted to the electorate on June the 11th and 18th, 2023 was adopted by the said electorate, he says. Therefore, Article 1 declares that the sovereign people of Mali have adopted the draft constitution submitted to referendum on June the 18th, 2023. The long-awaited announcement puts an end to the hopes of critics who had demanded the referendum be annulled. Umbrella group United Front Against the Referendum had denounced irregularities in the ballot, both in terms of the results and the turnout. I was expecting it, he says, but my reaction is always the same because we've always asked our militants to vote no. Now you think we've lost. We didn't lose because with over 3% of the whole population, I think that for a start it's a very good thing. This first ballot since the military seized power in August 2020 is seen as an important step towards a return to civilian rule in March 2024.
And now in sports news, Japan and Zambia squared off in their first match of the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. Japan was causing issues to Zambia's backline throughout the first half, and their efforts were finally rewarded by Hinata Miyazawa's goal in the 43rd minute to help Japan grab a 1-0 lead going into halftime. With the momentum on their side, Japan used it in the second half and didn't look back. Featuring goals from Hinata Miyazawa, Mina Tanaka, Jun Endo and Riki Ueki, Japan cruised to a 5-0 victory with Group C play.
Our team made a lot of mistakes that made us concede all those 5 goals. But otherwise, it's not the end of the world. We still have a chance. We can go back and plan for the remaining 2 games. I'm sure we can still come back and fight for a position to qualify to the next round. We can say, okay, maybe it's the inexperience which has cost the team that result. But when we look back from where we are coming from, we have played also better teams, almost of the Japanese level. So losing, I think, and start looking at excuses, that is out. We have not just played well this evening, but I'm sure going forward we'll try and do well.
I thought as much.
On that game, I think we'll first look at the mistakes that we made, or rather the negatives that were in the game that we played, and then also look at the positive. But mostly it's to work on the negative part. I'm sure if we correct those mistakes or the negative parts, I think it will help us going into the next game.
To end the news, another look at the stories that made the headlines. Parliamentarians challenged to support a motion to reintroduce the Ministry of Religious Affairs. An opposition leader expresses concern over the increasing price of MEALIE meal. Beneficiaries of a suspected fraudulent empowerment scheme in Lusaka demand refunds. And in international news, 4 Indian medicines responsible for 70 child deaths in Gambia. In sports news, Japan beats Copper Queens by 5-0. Now, before we go, we look at the Camnet verse of the day coming from the book of Revelation chapter 5, verse 12. And it says, "In a loud voice they were saying, Worthy is the Lamb who was slain to receive power and worth and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and praise." That's it. That's all we had for the news at 19:30. Don't forget to join us for another bulletin. On behalf of the entire production team, have a blessed night.